put it in your ear and let the feelings flow. It's not about the features. It's not about none of that. It's the music. It's about Addict, Spot 'em, Got 'em. The 808s and how he flows with it is so unique. It's about not feeling alone. It's about the vibe. It's about how it makes you feel. It's the music. It can't get any better than that. I love it.
It's about the music. Hold on. Let's see.
If love is overrated, let me be the one that is not.
So, when I'm watching YouTube, and I watch YouTube every day, every night, I keep running into the Beats Studio Pods, earbuds, commercials, almost every video. And it's a different person every time. But the theme is this person comes on the screen and says it's not about transparency mode, it's not about noise canceling, it's not about the features, it's about the music.
It's the music.
And so I decided to buy these and see just how much about the music are these Beats Studios. So I've listened to them for a pretty fair amount of time now, and I came to a pretty good conclusion on how good these actually sound. Now, I have had Beats products before, back when I was in college and Beats was a huge thing to that generation of people. I had a lot, the big old studios over your head, the Solos, the Solo HDs. I had some different types of earpods. I still have a couple of them now, but I don't use them anymore. But I decided to give this a chance and see what these had to offer. So you can buy these on Amazon right now for I think $149 or something like that, something close to there, $150. You can get them for like 150 bucks most places. And Apple has bought Beats, if you haven't paid attention to the whole industry. Apple now owns these guys. So it's Beats by Dre, but Apple owns the whole company. And so they're not gonna make these better than their own Apple AirPods Pros, if I had to guess. So I'm curious to see which one may sound better. Maybe I'll find out in a later video, but I wanted to know how these sounded. And so I've listened to a big selection of music. Of course, hip hop and rap, because that's what these are known for. But I also tried some jazz and some classical music and country music and pop music and just about everything that I can get my hands on. And one of the biggest complaints that I have first about these is how bright that they are. Which is really weird to say, because when you think of the name brand Beats, you think of bass. Beats and bass seem to go together, and these have good bass, but they have a lot of high end, which is very fatiguing when it comes to a pair of in-ear headphones, because they're directly in your ear, it doesn't take a lot for you to become fatigued. I like to listen to my headphones pretty loud because when you're wearing earbuds like these, you're going out and you're walking or running, you're going to the gym, you're going hiking, you're doing whatever outdoors or something active and athletic. So you're gonna turn these up to cancel out everything around you to get you in that mode. Unfortunately, the louder you turn this up, the harsher the sound becomes. And it doesn't sound good over time. You start to click the volume down a couple notches to try to alleviate some of that high end. And it sucks because you want that volume. With the bass side of things, it's actually the more tamer part of the whole sound stage. It has really clear and really good bass. I'm actually impressed with it. It's not overwhelming whatsoever, and at some times, dare I say, I wish I had a little bit more of it. But it's not overwhelming like they used to be in the past. So I guess Beats has finally decided to stop being a bass-heavy headphone and start to try to tailor to more people, not just the younger generation or the hip-hop and R&B listeners, which is good. You open up your audience, it means you bring more people on board, you make more money, more people have Beats in their ears. So that's good. That's very good. This is not going to be a review on all the features and everything that this thing does because that's not what this channel is all about. It's all about audio and how things sound. And there's tons of videos about the Beats and all their features and how they pair with Android and iPhone and all that stuff. So I'm not going to do that, but I just want to talk about how they sound. So one other complaint that I've noticed is that since we have pretty good bass and a whole bunch of treble, I found that there's not a lot of mid-range. There's a hole in the sound. There's a missing spot in each and every song that I listen to. That mid-range presence is not there. There's a lot of high end and there's a pretty good presence of bass, but there's not a lot of mid-range. And so you're missing a lot of the song, especially in the few demos that I listened to on camera today in this video. You're missing, it sounded a little bit hollow. It's like somebody jacked up the bass and really jacked up the treble, but left the mid-range alone, didn't even try to put any in there. That's what they sound like, just to be honest with you. So for 150 bucks, they do sound pretty good. For 150 bucks, there's not a lot that's better than them. I'd probably still guess that the AirPod Pros are the way to go, or any AirPods, because Apple's not gonna make this better than their actual own stamp. So I think AirPods will probably be better than this, but that's just a guess. I'll see if I can't grab some and listen to some and compare the two. But they sound good for 150 bucks, for sure. The features are cool. They have a lot of play time. They charge very quickly. They have a nice presentation. They're lightweight. They stay in your ear pretty well. 3 sizes to fit in your ear. So they're a good buy. If you've been looking at these and you're intrigued by them and you think you want to get them, they're a good buy. If you have an iPhone, I think you just get AirPods. If you have an Android, I think these are the way to go. So they sound pretty good. There's a few things that I would change if I was on their team as far as the sound goes. And the reason why I wanted to buy these is because they say on every commercial it's about the music. So
It's about the vibe. It's about how it makes you feel. It's the music.
So I wanted to hear what happens when an audiophile or somebody who's really into music puts one of these in their ear. Will they agree that it's about the music? Me, I think they're on the right track. I won't say that it sounds absolutely terrible, don't buy them, but I will say that if you're an audiophile and you care exactly how sound sounds, you will find things to complain like I did. Overall, really good product. I like them. They function very well. They stay in your ear very well. They are sweat resistant, water resistant. Most everything is nowadays because that's the standard. So I'm not gonna harp too much on that, but Beats has something good on their hands. There are some improvements that I would like to see in the next generation. I think the bass could go up just a tad bit. I think the treble could go down a lot. And then the mid-range, depending on how they affect one end of the spectrum and the other, mid-range could be tweaked just a little bit too to bring some of that out, because that's where the voices lie. That's where a lot of our instruments lie, right there in that mid-range section. So it would be really nice to get that together. But other than that, guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know, have you ever owned or heard any Beats products, whether it's a Beats pill, any Beats headphones, anything like that, even a Beats laptop or something that they make? Have you heard any Beats products before, and which ones have you heard? Leave me that comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe if you are not already. We will see you in the next video. Keep this guy out. Peace.